Hello and good morning to all my lovely students out there. I hope by the grace of God all of you are doing good. And I welcome you all for today's English class. Before moving ahead with today's topic, let us recall back what we have done in our previous class. I hope children, all of you still remember that we have started the topic punctuation, right? And under the topic punctuation, we have learned about the 5 punctuation marks. The first one was the use of capital letters, right? I have also given you an acronym. I hope all of you still remember it. What was the acronym? Yes, it was MINTS. M-I-N-T-S. So, when should we use a capital letter? M stands for the months of a year and days of a week, right? And I stands for the pronoun I. That means whenever you are talking about yourself. N stands for the proper names, the names of people, places, mountains, rivers, right? And things, whenever a proper name occurs, we tend to use a particular capital letter. And then T stands for the titles of movies and also the books, the titles of books. And S, as all of you know, that the start of a sentence always begins with a capital letter. We have also seen the next use, that is the use of a full stop. Full stop shows us a period, right? It shows that it is the end of a sentence, and not in all the sentences we use full stop, right? We use a full stop at the end of a declarative or statement sentences. And the next one, we had seen the use of a comma. Comma tells us a short period of time, right, where we have to pause for a short period of time. And when did we learn that a comma should be used? A comma should be used when a multiple number of nouns occurs together. We tend to separate it by the use of commas, right? And then what about the use of a question mark? A question sentence always ends with a question mark. The sentences which asks us a question ends with a question mark. And lastly, we have also seen the use of an exclamation mark, right? When do we use an exclamation mark? Whenever we express a sudden feeling or emotion, that kind of sentences ends with an exclamation mark. And also when we use an interjection, right? Alas, hooray, wow, we use an exclamation mark there. I hope you have recalled our topic. Now in today's class, we will also learn about a new punctuation mark that is called as an apostrophe. What it is called? Apostrophe. So what is the objective of our class? Today's class objective is to know what an apostrophe is and how it is being used. There are certain rules to follow, to be followed by writing or using an apostrophe. So we will see that in our today's class. Okay class, as you know what an apostrophe is, the symbol signifies an apostrophe, right? It is like a comma but not given at the bottom, rather it's on the top. Apostrophe, the apostrophe has only 2 uses. Apostrophe is being used only in 2 places or 2 situations. The first one is to show possession. To show possession means that something belongs to someone, okay? And to indicate the omission of letters. That means contractions. I hope all of you still remember contractions which you have done in your previous grade, that is in class 3, right? It was hasn't, won't, don't. All these are what? These are contractions, the short form of words where an apostrophe takes place and certain letters are being omitted. But we are not going to do this today. We are actually going to see how an apostrophe is being used to show possession. That means in possessive nouns how an apostrophe takes place. Okay. So let us see the rule. We have to use an apostrophe plus S to show that one person or thing owns or is a member of something. For example, just take these examples here, you'll be able to understand it better. If I say this is Hari's jacket, if I remove this apostrophe and if I write like this is Hari's jacket, it would be incorrect. Right? This is wrong. It shows me the plural form of Hari. So, in order to show that something belongs to Hari, in order to show his possession, that this jacket belongs to Hari, what do I have to do? I have to give an apostrophe at the top along with an S. Okay? I hope all of you got it. So, this is Hari's jacket. Similarly, the dog's tail is long. So here in this sentence, you can see that the tail belongs to dog, and this sentence states something about the dog's tail. So it is the dog's possession. So in order to show that, I have used an apostrophe S. The dog's tail is long. So many of you might also have a question like, if the last word of the noun ends with S, what are we supposed to do? Should we also add apostrophe and S? Yes. In terms of singular nouns, if the noun ends with S, for example, here you can see this, the bus, right? The bus wheel is moving fast. So here you can see that the noun bus, B-U-S, it's ending with S. Still, what you have to show, in order to show the possession of the bus, that is the wheel, what you have to do, you have to give an apostrophe and S. I hope all of you got it. Now, all these are in terms of singular nouns. What in terms of plural nouns? In the book, they have given you only with regards to singular nouns. I want to move ahead and teach you also what about in terms of plural nouns. What happens when a plural noun occurs and how are we supposed to use an apostrophe in plural nouns as well. Okay. Now see here. Use an apostrophe after the S. So plural nouns, all of us, we know that it ends with S, right? Sometimes S, ES, IES, VES. So at the end you will always find S. In terms of plural nouns, when the plural noun ends with S, what are we supposed to do? For example, look here. The parents' bedroom is clean. So in terms of that, here already it's what? It's a plural noun ending with S. So what you have to do, you don't have to give an additional S here. In terms of plural noun, you just give an apostrophe on top. I hope all of you understood. In terms of plural noun, when the plural nouns end with S, no need to give an additional S after the apostrophe. You just have to give an apostrophe on the top. Okay. Now, you must be thinking that what will happen if a plural noun doesn't end with S? There are certain plural nouns which doesn't end with S. So, in case of that, what are we going to do? If a plural noun doesn't end in S, then add an apostrophe plus S. That is the same formula which we have used for singular nouns. So, example, the children's books are on the table. For example, here, children is what? It's already in the plural form, but without S. Child is singular, children is plural. I hope all of you know that. Children is already plural, but it doesn't end with S, right? So, in case of this type of nouns which is in plural form but does not end with letter S, what you have to do? You have to follow the same formula. You give an apostrophe and add S. The children's books are on the table. I hope all of you have understood. Now, there is a rule of don'ts as well. We should not do. When should we not use an apostrophe? We have seen how to use an apostrophe with singular nouns and plural nouns. Now, when one should not use an apostrophe. Do not use an apostrophe with possessive pronouns. Pronouns are what? They are words that substitutes a noun that talks. When there is a repetition of noun, we tend to give a pronoun, right? Like I, we, ours, me, mine. Now these are what? These are possessive pronouns. Now whenever we talk about possessive pronouns, we should never give what? We should never give an apostrophe. Let us see some examples here. The dog is mine. So the dog belongs to me. It is mine. I should never give an apostrophe s like this. It should never be used. I can never say the dog is mine's. It will be incorrect. So the correct statement will be the dog is mine. Similarly, here you can see another example of possessive pronoun. The house is theirs and its paint is flaking. Flaking means the paint is coming out. Okay. Now here you can see that this is a possessive pronoun. That means the house belongs to them. But then here I have not made a use of an apostrophe. Why? Because we never use an apostrophe with possessive pronoun. So if I write the house is theirs, give an apostrophe, it would be incorrect. So students, you need to be very, very careful. When you use an apostrophe in possessive pronouns, you should never give an apostrophe, right? Similarly, see sentence number 3. The ring is hers. Please do not mistake it by giving an apostrophe. It will remain same like this, hers. So, a possessive pronoun never uses an apostrophe. Right, children? I hope all of you have understood it. So, let us recall back what we have done in today's class. We have seen what is an apostrophe. An apostrophe is also one of the punctuation mark being used while writing. Okay, and what is its use? It tells us that something belongs to someone. It is used in two ways. One is to show possession. Possession means belongingness. Okay, it shows that something belongs to someone. And another one is it helps to make contractions. That means omission of certain letters and make it short, which you have done in your class 3 level. So in today's class, we have actually seen the use of an apostrophe to show possession. Right? We have seen how it is used with regards to singular nouns, possession. What we have to do after writing the noun, we have to give an apostrophe along with s. It will be incomplete if you don't use the letter s after giving the apostrophe, right? And in terms of plural nouns, I have said that in terms of plural nouns, the nouns are already ending with s. Plural nouns, what do you have to do? You have to just give an apostrophe on top. And there are certain nouns which do not, plural nouns which do not end with s, right? So in case of that, those kind of nouns, what do? We follow the same rule for singular nouns. That is, we tend to give an apostrophe and end with an s. And finally, I have told you that possessive pronouns do not use an apostrophe. So while you write possessive pronouns, you find it never use an apostrophe. So that's all for today, class. There's a simple exercise given in your workbook. Please try to do the fill in the blanks, and I shall see you in my next class, and we will also do the recap of this and move ahead with a message writing in our next class. Till then, take care, keep learning, stay safe and healthy. Bye-bye.